It was more than 30 seconds.
Okay, go. Confusionism clarified. This all started in an IHOP when I was going through transition and somebody asked me what my religion was and I said, I'm a Confusionist. And then they were like, oh, that sounds interesting, you know, not Confucianism. And then you have to tell them, tell them something about it. So I had to start making stuff up about it. So I said the four main values of Confucianism are God, true love, freedom, creativity. But it's not important what you believe about these things. What's important is that you experience them. And if you want to experience them, you're going to have to go through a lot of confusion. So really, then I had to make up a Genesis and the mythology. So there were two brothers, Pro and Con. This is Con. Pro was the older brother, and Pro developed kind of dialectical thinking, which spread around the world and created many monstrosities and useful things. But in the end, the people became divided and at odds with each other. Con was more artistic, and so they came back to Con and said, Confuse us. So you can see by these paintings of Con that I am also a Con artiste. So anyway, from that time on, things went on, and then today the modern day prophet of Confucianism is Al-Salami. That is the guy with the yellow face wearing the red hat. And he owns a delicatessen in Brooklyn where he puts his revelations about Confucianism on the wall. Things like, beware of people who sell you baloney. We jump now to two modern-day practitioners of Confucianism, Mortimus, the mystical warrior monk, and Rafaela, the Brazilian supermodel, who they have many, many exciting adventures together, and we've had long times discussing Confucianism. This is Mortimus and Rafaela dancing by the sea down in Chile. They've been all over the world. They do all kinds of things. But they live a little bit outside of the pale, and so sometimes when they're separate, Mortimus gets a little wild. He ended up in a mental hospital. And I have a series of letters between him and Rafaela, one of which he wrote from Idaho, where he was planning to burrow under and free himself by coming out in this campground. But it turned out that the campground had been taken over by Homeland Security, so he didn't get too far. But Rafaela was hiding in the trees to watch him escape, and she thought it was so cool the way that he burst from the ground, so she mastered the technique, and that was Mortimus emerging. The purple man in this picture is Cucumanda, who is a Brazilian shaman who lives in the jungle that Mortimus met over the internet while he was in the first hospital. And Cucumanda was teaching him how to master the dream, because mastering the dream is very important. And this is the Valley of Venus, which is an area that Rafaela lives in. She took it to me. Took me to it. I'm not sure which, because I really don't know where it is. But it's really amazing. She has a little temple there, and it's a really beautiful place. There's a waterfall there. As I said in the thing, I like to go to hot springs and waterfalls, and this is when Rafaela and I went to a nice little waterfall there in the Valley of Venus, which was not confusing at all, actually. In some circumstances, you know, beautiful moonlit night, nice waterfall. Now, in order to really go through confusion to reach fusion, see, the purpose is not to be confused. The purpose is to go through from false certainty to fusion. And in order to go there, you have to go through confusion. And in order to do that, you have to get in touch with the magician inside of yourself, inside of your imagination. This is the lagoon. This is Cucumanda visiting the lagoon, where he gets in touch with the cosmic egg, which is where the inner magician is born, inside the cosmic egg. And this is Kimi, another Confucianist character, who's a Filipino. And the reason I put this in here is just that a lot of times sex and sexual identity are major causes of confusion. And but that's a whole talk in itself to do that. This is Another major cause of confusion in the world is religious doctrines and beliefs, and this is called Desert Woman. As you can see, we have a Islamic moon, but instead of just a regular star, it has the Star of David inside, and a cross that actually is a dancing Venus figure there. And then this has to do with like the formation of life, because there still is a lot of confusion about, you know, our origins, origin of reality, and origin of life. And this is just a painting suggesting that the origin of life might be crystalline life forms, silicon-based life forms that eventually changed. And then this is just a picture of a mountain. That woman with red lips who has a lampshade over her third eye. For some reason, it's just so bright. And then these are just very different kinds of things here. The one on the left actually is just a painting that I did, kind of suggesting the personal nature of what we don't usually think of as living beings, but subatomic and ionic relationships that are also fraught with meaning for those little particles. This is from a book by Tom Robbins about Sissy, even cowgirls sing the blues, where she had a big thumb and she was hitchhiking through. Well, I met her when she came through Bernie and painted a picture of her there at Four Corners as she was going to hitchhike on up to Mount Shasta. And then this just deals with various different states of mind that kind of, you know, can contribute to Confucianism. You know, it's like if you have monkish figures in your imagination, you know, that could confuse you, or if you're overly mothered, if you have a tree of life growing out of your head. So anyway, in conclusion, breathe and let go. Feel the love. Be yourself. Live in the wow and enjoy the dream. It's all a dream.